Welcome to We Need to Talk, and today we're talking about Seymour, Indiana, the immigration crisis, and what can be done about it, Jane.
When it rigged an election, think that we wouldn't notice. You're about to find out what it's like now when you wake up sleeping giant. Don't go get surprised when the
Okay, so real quick, I want to thank all of my new subscribers. I have like 60 subscribers in 3 days. That is the coolest thing ever. So seriously, if you're watching this and you've subscribed, I really do appreciate you. It's not just like you subscribe to somebody's channel and it's just some guy that's never going to pay attention. I actually really appreciate it. So yes, thank you for that. If you're new to the channel, or if you're new to any of my videos and you just heard me talking about Jane and you haven't seen the TikTok, I'm going to pull it up real quick just to give you a refresher. So Seymour, Indiana is being hit with a large group, busloads of illegal immigrants from a bus company named Tornado Bus. They're located out of Dallas, Texas. I gave them a call, and I'll actually show you how that went. Hi, do you have anybody that speak? Oh, wow. Okay. They don't speak English, so, and as far as I can tell from the Tornado website, they're actually able to bus them out of Mexico through the border into any city that they want to go. So they don't even have to walk. Like, there's no walking involved in this Tornado bus company. You just buy the ticket and you ride right across from the border. Like, you don't even have to go across the Rio Grande. There's no trekking. That's what it seems like. So the Tornado bus company. Let's go to this video. It's a TikTok that we made, and this is going to show you what Jane said she can do about the immigration crisis. And she's the administrative assistant of the mayor of the city. The mayor was busy. The mayor never works. I've called many times. He just doesn't work, I guess. Or he's always out and about and doing something like maybe welcoming all of the new neighbors. Yeah, okay.
You guys can't do anything about it.
We can't. How do you think we can do anything?
So the mayor's going to do absolutely nothing about it, is what you're saying.
We cannot do anything about it.
You.
Okay. She can do something about it, and here's how I know. One county in Colorado is taking direct action to combat the migrant crisis, putting bus companies on notice not to stop or drop off illegal immigrants into their community. Douglas County, Colorado Commissioner George Teal said his community, which is home to a large Republican population, is not a sanctuary city, and that the new ordinance is reflective of that. No more freeloading. You can't freeload there, and you shouldn't be able to freeload in Seymour, and you shouldn't be able to freeload in New York, and you shouldn't be able to freeload anywhere. Oh, speaking of New York, they're suing bus companies, Roadrunner Charters. What, didn't you guys start all of this? Weren't you guys a part of like the whole problem? Saying, no, we're a sanctuary city. You can come here. You can come. It's not that great, is it? It's not that great when you actually have to deal with it and live with it and pay for it, and we have to pay for it. The taxpayer pays for it. It's nonsense. So, dear Jane, dear Matt Nicholson, this is what you can do. It's called deterrence, okay? I don't know if you know what the word deterrence means, but if you would do something that would deter, make somebody not want to come, make somebody not want to do said thing, like ride a tornado bus to Seymour, Indiana, because they knew if I get caught doing anything illegal, then, well, first off, let me restart. If I get caught dropping people off, then our company is going to get sued $1,000 per passenger right here, and your bus could be seized by local law enforcement. Guess what? Tornado Bus Company's not going to come. I actually had a phone interview with somebody tonight, and they told me since this whole thing has gone viral-ish on TikTok, they haven't seen a tornado bus in 2 days. The first time in 2 years that they haven't seen a bus. And they've even been going down there and checking for them because they wanted to get more footage of this to send to me, and they can't find them. So I don't know if I've actually had something to do with that. I'm going to assume no, but if I have, that is awesome. That is absolutely like one of the coolest things ever. So you can sue the bus companies. That's what you can do. Also, I talked to Clay County. Clay County puts them on an immigration hold and then calls ICE. And ICE does not always do anything about it. That is true. I have found that out. But sometimes they do. And guess what that's been? A deterrent. It keeps them from coming because they're like, well, if I get pulled over for a DUI, and this is where I was going earlier when I was going to say, hey, I need to recoup real quick because I'm getting on a tangent. If we get arrested for a DUI, the whole trip was worthless, then they don't come. They don't come, but you're telling them, come, please, come. We're going to have an immigration welcome center, and you guys are going to have all kinds of jobs, and it's going to be fantastic and fairy tales, and you're ruining the place for the people that already live there. I've been talking to people on the internet. There's a lot of other places that this is happening. Springfield, Ohio, Columbus, Indiana. They were telling me that people are defecating in the alleyways and in the streets, so it's turning into like San Francisco. What the heck is wrong with all of these leaders? You see that this has not turned out well. This is like moving in a bunch of very depressed, creepy white kids and then parking them next to a school. Like, what are you doing? You don't think that's going to work well, do you? I mean, I'm kind of making a joke out of that because somebody earlier was like, well, illegal migrants don't shoot up schools like creepy white kids. Okay. That happens. Bad things happen. Bad things will always happen, but that has nothing to do with just letting more bad things happen. You guys have completely failed the legal immigration system, and now you have destroyed the illegal immigration system, if that even makes sense. You just opened the borders and said, come on in. Let's see what happens. Well, it's turned into a disaster, and Donald Trump has actually had 28 points in most of the polls when it comes to who's going to handle immigration better. And when 2020 came around, they were like head and head. People actually had the belief in their head that Joe Biden was going to be able to handle immigration, which is insane. And I think what that really means is a lot of Democrats don't realize that this new liberal party that's overtaking the Democrat Party, this is not like the old, what do they call them, like the Blue Dogs or whatever it is. These aren't your Kennedy sort of, this isn't the same. This isn't the same, okay? This is a new virus. A liberal virus that has infected itself and attached itself. It's a parasite. It's sucking the Democrat Party dry. The Democrat Party has done good things for the country. That's way back in the day. Further back. But not so much now. Anyway, that's what you can do, Jane. That's what you can do. Washington, Indiana. This guy here said that they're getting slammed with illegal immigrants. You could check the two biggest factories in Seymour, one being Valeo. I said in my last video, Volvo. I thought it was Volvo Car Company. I don't know why I thought that. That's a really dumb thing to even think. I don't think they're even made in America. But, I'm sorry, Volvo. I apologize. It's not you. It's Valeo. I don't know what they do. But they're bringing them in through the temp services. This is all about money. It's always about money. You aren't protecting your community because corporations are paying you off. And I also have Matt Nicholson's campaign donation records, and a lot of the money is not coming from Seymour, Indiana. It's coming from other places, and I'm going to get into that on a later video. I also have an interview that I just did with a local from Seymour, Indiana, and we're planning on coming up to Seymour, Indiana, and checking it out and going through and seeing what it's really like in the day of a day in Seymour, Indiana. That should be interesting. They're dropping them off in busloads every day. Our mayor wants to open a damn welcoming center for them. Yeah, so this welcoming center was supposed to be like a welcoming center, like when you go to Nashville or Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and they give you like a road map, and they're like, here's how you get around the mountains. So it's supposed to be that kind of welcoming center. Matt Nicholson turned it into immigration welcoming center. He just switched it, which is absolutely insane. Good job, Matt Nicholson, for destroying things. My city is destroyed. Trump 2024. Let's go, Coco Babe 26. Heard that. Over a year ago, I witnessed a bus stop, and so many got off and stayed. Some had a few closed and nothing more. Sad, really, but what's even worse is what did they do? What did the 20 do so after the bus left? Yeah, where do these people... don't get me wrong. I have empathy for the people. I really do. I think 98% of them are probably really good people. I have empathy for them. I wish that everybody could have a better life, but you have no right. There's no right. Like you don't have a God-given right to just live in America, and you don't have a God-given right to get EBT, and you don't have a God-given right to come and suck our resources in a country that's already kind of falling apart. in its own weird little way, you don't have the right to come here illegally. You have the right to come here legally. We have a whole system for it. Should they revamp the system? For sure they should. I knew a guy from Britain that was coming. He was here on a visa, and he was trying to become an actual citizen. It took him like 15 years. Don't get me wrong. It's insane. But we can't be the world's police on top of the world's sanctuary. We can't do it. We don't have enough resources. We don't have enough jobs, and inflation's already too high. And it's too much. It's too much. I'm 20 minutes from Seymour. All right, Erica. How's it looking over your way? Well, I work at a liquor store, and more often I see Mexicans coming in that speak no darn English. That is the most annoying part. No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm not even going to go there. Post phone number so we can call. Okay, so everybody in here really dislikes Jane. That's what I will tell you. A lot of people dislike Jane. So, Seymour, Indiana. I've also found out that there's something you can do. There's a public servant bond, and a bond, as far as I understand, is just like an insurance that these people have to carry in case they ruin your city. So Matt Nicholson has to legally carry this bond, and a lot of times they can be these bonds can have a filed or a judgment put against them in the case of like negligence or fraud. He is being negligent. And if your home values are really truthfully going down since this has started and you can kind of prove it, you may have a case against him. So I would look into that. I would maybe call a lawyer if you have the money. I'm not a lawyer, and this isn't legal advice, and I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying that is something that I heard you can do. Let me see if I could pull up what law it is, because Indiana, state code for public servant bond. There it is. Indiana Code 5415-4-1-18 requires all public officials to be purchased a surety bond as a part of the process of being sworn in office. The bond ensures the restitution is available to any damaged party should the public official fail to abide by the regulations outlined in the Indiana Code Titled 5, Articles 1 through 34. I'm going to need to read this entire thing, so we'll save that for later. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That is a lot to say, and if you do all of them, that's awesome. I would really appreciate it. So again, to my new subscribers, thank you so much. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for caring, and I'm going to continue figuring out what's going on. I have a phone interview. I'm getting some more lined up. After I have a whole video of phone interviews, I'm going to post those to see what it's like living in Seymour. And then I'm going to come out and meet some people and walk around and spend the day out there and see what that's like as well. So thank you and have a good night.
When it rigged an election, think that we wouldn't notice. You're about to find out what